So this video is in response to prompt 4, explain how completing the two quests that I chose inspired creativity within me. So hello, my name is Michael Martin, for folks that I haven't met yet, which is pretty much everyone. So the two quests that I chose were the create the weekly plan based on the work, play, fit, push model, and then also to find a mentor. And so with the initial weekly plan, as I wrote a little bit earlier, uh, actually like taking the time to think through my week and put some of the ideas down on paper, that coupled with the time batching aspects, helped to kind of categorize the things that I was doing a little bit more. So, events like taking care of plants and then like repotting plants. Instead of doing those at two different portions of the week, now I can kind of combine those together. Um, and then also, as far as like checking emails and alerts and things like that, aligning that type of messaging or alert checking, and then also taking some of the multitasking principles, all of that kind of aligned together and helping to better like organize my thoughts and organize some of the tasks and some of the behaviors that are pretty much going to become fairer patterns over the next 2.5 years as I continue through with the Full Sail program. On the finding a mentor side of the fence, I think that one really expressed or encouraged more creativity as a whole, mainly because my mentor in this case is Hideo Kojima, a pretty prominent and legendary game creator, whose latest title, Death Stranding, is something of a really kind of interesting, out of the box take on the classic adventure game style. And double clicking more into the person as opposed to just the games that he makes, really helped me to connect a little more with the person at hand, which then caused me to look a little more deeply into myself and find ways that I kind of resonated with his way of thinking, and ways that we were more similar in our thoughts and our approaches and how we see the world, and then our mutual inspirations in game creation and game design. And so that coupled with some of the other structural elements, particularly around intelligence types and the different player personalities. As I was doing some of my research with on Mr. Kojima, uh, those elements stuck out in my head a little bit more. And so, taking Kojima, now I can take, some of the models from the intelligence type and play personalities and apply those to him. And then that aligns, pretty closely to, you know, some of the core design aspects that are very prominent in his games. Like one of his personality types that he ties into is he considers himself kind of a loner type person, but from the intelligence type side of the fence, very logical and mathematical. And so in all of the games that he's made, or most of the games that he's made, particularly around like Metal Gear and that, all those sequels, and then again with this Death Stranding, they're all generally solo adventures. I mean, he does have like supporting elements, supporting people or supporting casts that are involved there, but it's more about the that solitary adventurer, that solitary soldier, solitary warrior, or what have you, pushing against all odds. But then but it's not just a matter of hacking and slashing and just slamming your way through it. You have to take time to logically think through what you're doing. There's a methodological approach to each challenge and each obstacle that's presented to you, instead of just barreling through each challenge. So as a whole, I think that's where the core inspiration, or the core creative inspirations came from during this project. Thanks.